point. So how does a 1031 start? So if someone knows they want to sell their home and eventually buy another property, they should retain your services first. And what goes from there?
Yeah, so from there, when the sale closes, the title company will actually send the proceeds from that sale to the accommodator. The accommodator holds those funds in typically a segregated account, just to make sure it's FDIC insured and so forth. They'll hold those funds on behalf of the investor. So that way the investor never actually touches the funds, because the second you touch those funds, those taxes are due.
Yeah.
And so that's step one, is making sure that that's set up ahead of time so that the wire from title at closing goes to the accommodator. From there, the accommodator kind of manages the timing process. You have 45 days to identify a list of potential replacement properties, and you have a total of 180 days to close on one or more of those replacement properties. And so the accommodator kind of manages that time frame, sends out the reminders, hey, this is how much time you have left to identify, this is how much time you have left to close. And then they also handle the exchange paperwork. So that's the paperwork that's going to have the list of the identified properties. It's going to have the identification of the properties that are actually being closed on, property or properties. So they'll sign all the paperwork with the title company and so forth. There's an assignment. So basically, when the investor goes under contract for the replacement property, they're going to sign that contract, but the contract is going to be assigned to the accommodator. Okay. And so the accommodator is then going to close on their behalf, but so both the buyer and the accommodator are going to sign all the paperwork.
And so your company serves as the accommodator. Am I connecting that correctly?
So not directly. So that's our partnership with Plenty Financial. They do the accommodation portion as far as holding the funds and processing the paperwork on our behalf. So we facilitate that process along with our primary role, which is to assist in the identification of potential replacement properties.
Okay. So when you say identification of potential properties, do you already have like an ongoing list going? Do you help people maybe identify properties even before they sell? What's kind of your tactic there?
Yeah, so we work primarily with really our goal is to level the playing field by providing properties that traditionally wouldn't be available for most real estate investors. So we work a lot with properties that are under a tenancy in common structure. We also have access to DSTs, Delaware Statutory Trusts, and oil and gas royalties, syndicated multifamily deals, and so forth. So there are a lot of options out there that are not your straightforward 1031 exchange, where you just sell a rental property and then go buy another rental property. We don't particularly get involved with those because those are really straightforward, and your traditional residential real estate agent can help with that. And we're more about leveling the playing field so that those who aren't aware can become aware of more of the options that are available for a 1031 exchange. When they say like kind, so in a 1031 exchange, it's the sale of real estate and the purchase of a like kind asset. Real estate is awesome because when they say like kind simply means investment real estate. So you can sell a rental property and you can invest in a commercial property, or you can sell a multifamily property and you can buy oil and gas royalties. You can sell a DST, investment in a DST, and buy a multifamily property. And so